Welcome to Common Ye Spurs TV, the Afrobeat section of the Lily White Nation, the channel that brings you the grit, the determination, the passion of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club from an African perspective. Tottenham Hotspur facing Wolverhampton Wanderers this weekend at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. See you all inside.
Come on, ye Spurs. Right, come on, ye Spurs, indeed. Welcome back to Come on, ye Spurs TV, where we talk about everything Tottenham. Today, we are going to be looking at Tottenham versus Wolves at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, kickoff 3 p.m. Saturday. We hadn't had that on the trot twice, that's the second time on the go we're having a 3 p.m. kickoff. So, yeah, that makes a solid change. And yeah, we very much look forward to that. Join me to do that is Chuma, of course. And before we go into all that, we'll do a bit of housekeeping. And just to say, look, guys, thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure having you here. If you're here for the first time, please click on the subscribe button to obviously increase the numbers and obviously want as many people as possible to see this channel. And also to help the algorithms, if you've been here before, like the channel or like this episode, and of course, share with those people who you think may be interested in this. And of course, I mean, if you want to get notified anytime we go live, again, click on the bell button to get notified. Let's get straight into it. Right. Chuma, how do we run this? So we have rules at home coming to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It didn't quite go as well as we expected at the last time we played, because we played probably one of our best matches, if you like. I mean, we had a great goal from Brian Johnson early doors. I remember I was watching that match. Well, I was watching the match, and I had to travel, if you like, and had to leave the match halfway through. I mean, I'm thinking, it was like 90 minutes or so, or 89 minutes, and then next thing I hear, we lost that match 2-1. I'm thinking, how did that even happen? We did a Sheffield on ourselves, Right, but I mean, of course, we all know that things have happened. A lot have happened since that match. I'm not sure if we had the Chelsea match before that match or after the match. But it was one of those times when we had loads of injuries. We had obviously a depleted squad. We don't have that excuse now. If we want to use that as an excuse, we now have a strengthened squad. And if you look at the form guide, you probably just think, this is so going to be evenly poised in terms of how teams are positioned, in terms of where the teams are on the form guide table. Now, if there's this, this is a website that does form guide tables, if you like, and we've garnered 11 points in the last 6 matches, winning 3, drawing 2, and losing 1. While Wolves have done something not too far from us, but they've got 10 points in their gathering. I mean, they won. What have they won now? They won
3.
Yeah, but they've drawn 2. And, yeah,
and, no, they've drawn 1.
They've drawn 1
and lost 2.
Exactly.
And lost 2.
Right, so that's obviously sets us apart from them by points in that regard. So it's pretty much very, very, very close. But we are having a lot of our players back who've been out through suspension, injury, whatnot. And we played last match against this chap again, right. This guy from Brighton. And we give a good account of ourselves, even though some people say we nicked it in the last minute. But hey, the game goes until the whistle stops, until the whistle blows. So hey, we've gave our best shot. Now, looking ahead to this one, what are your thoughts? The way we're going to set up, because we now have plenty of options to choose from in terms of starters. We have, Star back from the African Nations Cup, Suma back as well, and we also have Son back as well from his exploits at the Asian Cup. So how do you think we'll line up this time around?
I think because of the like you said, the returning players and how they fitted in, and now they've had 2 weeks worth of training, I think we're going to have a return to the original lineup pre-Bentancur's injury. So what I mean by that is midfield changes, in the sense that I think, or I would go for Bissouma, Maddison, and Pape Matissa in midfield. I would like to think that Bentancur would drop to the bench, because even though Bentancur is a valuable player, and we all adore Bentancur, we all love him, we all love how flexible and adaptable he is. I think he's been guilty of a couple of turnovers in the season, lots of focus, still trying to get his match legs back. And these three players were a unit at the start of the season, and you're hoping for the return of Bissouma to the original form in the first 10 games. I think the Luton game and the red card in Luton sapped all his superpowers at that point. So you're looking at that, and you're looking at the return of Heung-min Son. Everyone's saying how Timo Werner doesn't really deserve to get dropped, but if you had the choice between Son and Werner, I mean, Son's a double or triple threat. He can create, he can cross, and he can score. You'd never see him sitting down 2 games in a row. Timo Werner going to the right, you still have Kulusevski, who comes inside to give you a more balanced, creative edge in the middle and help Maddison as well. So the only changes I see happening or foresee happening would be Bissouma taking the place of Bentancur, in my opinion. But I don't know what Ange is planning to do. But it would be an interesting game. Wolves have Pedro Neto. They have other players, but that guy right now, right this very minute, Pedro Neto is, as we would say in Nigeria, he's selling his market. Like, he's a winger that everyone knows he's gifted. Everyone knows he's a very good player, but he's been very inconsistent due to injuries. He's been injured so many times, but he is by far, he's a 5-star winger. Any team he would walk into any team's first 11 in that top 6, in my opinion. So that's what we're looking at now, is Pedro Neto. It's not Wolves, it's Pedro Neto.
The other interesting bit about that is that the fact that they had this guy who before now hasn't been netting a lot of goals, but he seems to be having a return of form now. He's got a hat trick in the match. Cunha, and Cunha is one of those players who can frustrate you in terms, if you're a manager, because you can see the talent, you can see the skill, but you just see the end product. He just keeps frothing chances, and you just pray and hope that he doesn't. He has one of those days like he normally has, against us, because can be very, very dangerous. But I mean, honestly, between you and I again on the Optimus Prime, adventure. I mean, I don't see us losing that game. We're going to come to scores and what we expect to come out, to what we expect the match to look like in terms of outcome. I would like you to give us a score prediction, and no fence sitting around this time around. I want you to be like, tell us what you think. I mean, come on, don't sit on the fence. Who's going to win this match, and by what scoreline?
The thing about it is, I think defensively, Tottenham are still trying to get to grips. Ange Ball can stop teams from scoring, but it's actually geared towards scoring more. So there's every likelihood, because of how much we risk, they will always score. And I think Wolves have players that can hurt you. We talked about Pedro Neto, we talked about Cunha, and there's Hwang as well, the Korean player. So I think they will score one. I think they'll score a goal. But if they score one, I think Spurs will score 3. If they score 2, I think Spurs will score 4. So I'm going for the wild scoreline of 4-2.
Okay.
So I'm going mega Optimus 4-2 Spurs.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't disagree with that sort of scoreline. So I mean, I'll probably maybe have a slightly different perspective from you and say that I'll go for a 3-1 option. In which case we score 3 goals and they score 1. And I think Timo Werner would open his account in this match. I think Werner is due a goal, and Richarlison to continue on his scoring streak. Those are the 2 people I think will be on that score sheet. Who the third one will be, I don't know. It could be Bissouma, and surprise us. He hasn't scored a goal this season, so we'll see what happens in the match. Guys, if you would love to hear from you, what do you think of the our prospective lineup, or what you might call predicted lineup? And of course, the scoreline is your comments will be welcome in the comment section below. We very much look forward to hearing from you. We also have at the end of that match, we're going to have a post-match review. We're going to have the 90 minutes unplugged. We're back now, and hopefully we'll be able to overcome all the technical challenges we faced before now, and bringing you those post-match commentaries and opinions from folks like you. So it's going to be a live participatory session, and we very much look forward to you guys joining us. It's Sunday, and it's going to be Sunday. Sorry, not Sunday, on Saturday. Sorry, and it's going to start at 5. Yeah, 5:45 p.m. So very much look forward to seeing you. 5:45 p.m. GMT actually. So yeah, very much look forward to seeing you there. Thank you very much, Shuma.
Yeah, always pleasure.
And in the meantime, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.